Welcome to Evolve, Mastery for Leading a New World, with CEO and award-winning author Yvette Bethel. This podcast is dedicated to supporting leaders with a variety of solutions to build trust, inspire authentic change, and improve morale within your organization. Learn how to grow your people, build your culture, and transform your results. Welcome to Evolve, Mastery for Leading a New World. I am your host, Yvette Bethel, and it's a pleasure to connect with you to share my ideas about leadership and information gathering. As a leader, it's important to keep your fingers on the pulse of your organization. It helps to know what's happening, what's about to happen, and why, because your ability to answer these questions equips you with information you need to take productive steps to address situations that create people risk. People risks can have a number of causes, like the emergence of conflict, unfair decision-making, or office politics. These risks can be mitigated by obtaining reliable information. Managers and executives can be lured into participating in the office grapevine because it's been a steady stream of information. Unfortunately, when information is gleaned from the grapevine, its reliability can be called into question. Additionally, in order to obtain information from the grapevine, you usually have to share information, which can undermine your ability to lead effectively. What's the difference between information obtained through the grapevine and information obtained through credible channels? Gossip is the information that's obtained through the grapevine, and it may be accurate or it can be impaired by emotion. So exaggeration, minimization, and other deceptive tactics may be used to intentionally or unintentionally modify the message. For the purpose of this discussion, information is factual, based on research and evidence. While emotion can still infiltrate the transmission of information, the evidence can help with maintaining objectivity. Great leaders are gifted at obtaining relevant information while maintaining their personal integrity. They need information so they can make reasonable, informed decisions, remain objective, build their team proactively by addressing latent and emergent issues, and so they can lead effectively. There are organizations that have formal internal communication networks and strategies that are underdeveloped or non-existent. When either of these circumstances occur, mistakes are made with decisions and employees are demoralized because they feel undervalued. For those who are intent on playing power games, the lack of information creates an imbalance of power, so they are prepared to obtain information from any source available so they can hoard it. There are at least 3 ways team leaders can gain information they need to perform and remain connected. The grapevine has its pros and cons. One benefit is that leaders can obtain the information they need, perhaps even more than they anticipated. Another pro is that leaders can influence decisions through the grapevine, even though they may not be at the decision table. As already indicated, the grapevine can distort the message and undermine the receiver of information, because at some point in the present or future, leaders will have to share sensitive information in order to participate in future informational exchanges. One way to receive credible information is to be a part of a relevant committee. This provides you with first-hand knowledge of the decision, why it was made, and how it is to be executed. Participation in a relevant committee provides leaders with the opportunity to directly influence decisions. They have access to the minutes and action items as a record. While this method of information transmission provides a higher standard of information than the grapevine, it can be a time-consuming process or even a waste of time if the persons leading the meetings are not effective as chairpersons. Another way to obtain credible information is to contact the source. This works if the leader has developed a reliable network he or she can tap into for the work-related information. Information can be a phone call or an email away. Using your network must be managed carefully so you do not fall into the gossip trap. Gossip can be misleading and personally offensive. It's not designed to be supportive, nor is it constructive. It's important to ensure information garnered through your network is not exchanged as gossip. It should be constructive and designed to build and supported by facts. When information is obtained through a network dedicated to constructive exchanges of information, leaders set the stage for constant flow, and the web of relationships can be used to facilitate your goals. If you can access the source or sources of information through your network, you can have first-hand access to information. As a cautionary note, while the network may be well-informed and able to provide evidence, information can still be second-hand and incorrect. It's important to note that a person approaching a leader with the intent to gossip can be compelled to reframe the tone and content of the conversation when the leader asks a few questions designed to uncover the intent of the conversation and transform it into a productive tone. Questions like, "How can we help this person?" Or, "How can the situation be resolved?" Or even, "What's your purpose in sharing this information with me?" All these questions can be used by leaders to help coworkers to shift the conversation to a productive tone. As a leader, you should not allow statements to remain off the record to the extent that you can. When you allow assertions to be classified as informal information that is not tested for accuracy or recorded, there is no accountability, no commitment to a solution, nor is another perspective sought. This can lead to the unconscious development of unfair biases, which may be the intent of the person requiring confidentiality. Used with constructive intent, information is empowering because it can give you critical insights into the impact of your leadership, which helps to define the interpersonal dynamics within your department. While there are leaders who rely heavily on the grapevine because of its proximity and ease of access, they run the risk of being burned by this source. Instead, leaders should seek to empower their teams through sharing relevant information regularly, ensuring there's understanding, buy-in, and productivity. Thank you for joining me at Evolve, Mastery for Leading a New World. I invite you to join me this and every Monday for a new podcast. In the meantime, remember, always continue to evolve.
Thanks for listening to Evolve, Mastery for Leading a New World. Visit YvetteBethel.com to learn more about Yvette's leadership programs and to download her free gift, Success Tips for Igniting Your Career.